$1 million question. Is this the last hurrah for Jason Kelce? Is this the swan song? Everybody's going to ask you all season. I'm getting my shot in now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if it was $1 million, like if it's $1 million question, does that mean if I'm wrong, I owe you $1 million, or if I'm right, I get?
Exactly
so
what I mean.
If I'm wrong and I owe you $1 million, I'd probably already owe you $3 million if I answered this before the last 3 seasons. So I think, I don't know, and I'm just taking it one at a time. I wish I could tell you yes, but to be honest, I probably thought the last couple of years would be my last one, and
Sure.
it's hard going into a season to imagine, especially with where I'm at physically and mentally, to do another one. Because I know everything that's ahead of me for this one. So yeah, just one at a time. I can't, in good faith, answer that question. Begun.
You answered it exactly like I thought you would, but I had to
Sure.
ask you.
President Kelce.
I understand.
Jason, let me hit you with this one because we asked Brandon this, and I thought his answer was great, and it kind of has gone along the lines of the way you guys have approached this. Yeah, we all watched it. We saw what the field conditions were in the Super Bowl, and it's ridiculous. But nobody to a man made an excuse. Nobody.
Yeah.
You hear the 49ers are still complaining about things, but you guys handled it the right way. Was that something that just was innate in you guys, or did you say, hey, listen, man, whatever, we lost, let's not sit there and whine about this? Was this just the way everybody answered it, the way everybody took responsibility?
We certainly didn't talk about how to answer these questions. I just, we have a very strong locker room. We had a very strong group of guys. And if you look at across the board, the way the leaders answer the questions, I think that's just kind of ends up being what the team's feeling is, for me personally, I never want to acknowledge that somebody else or something else has control over the outcome. Like, if I'm truly a competitor, this shit's on me.
Right.
And although that's not true, like, obviously there's a lot of factors that go into it. When you're the guy, when you're Jalen Hurts, I know the way he thinks because we've talked about it. He still beats himself up for this play and that play. It's like, dude, you had like the best performance ever by a quarterback in the history of the Super Bowl. You did just fine, right? But the reality is, when you're that guy, if you're really a competitor, you think you control stuff. You don't want to acknowledge that somebody else or a field or officials, because once you start doing that, you start devaluing who you are and who we are, right? No, we're not giving that to anybody. We control the outcome. We made enough mistakes, and we would have fixed that stuff up. We win that game regardless of what happens with the field, anything. So I think that's the healthy way to go about it. That's kind of how we've chosen to do it.
All right, Jason, I know you got to run. We appreciate you giving us a couple minutes. I want to one more time let everybody know Kelce's annual Team 62 fundraiser for Eagles Autism Foundation, Patty's Green at O'Donnell's Poorhouse, Sea Isle, this Wednesday, June 28th, 6 a to 6 p. And you'll also be guest bartending right around 4 o'clock at the OD, correct?
That's right. Yep. 4 o'clock. Guest bartending won't be just me. We got a lot of guys from the team and former players in tune. So it's going to be a really, really fun event.
Awesome. Jason, thanks, man. We appreciate you very much.
Awesome. Thanks for having me, guys. Really appreciate it.
All right. You got it. Yep. That is the great Jason Kelce. Gunner, that was, man, he's so good. And you know what I love? I like the first 20, 25 minutes, we didn't even talk football. We just, that's kind of guy he is.
That's what I said in the show meeting at 11. I don't want to talk X's and O's with him, man. He's so insightful on so many topics. Anybody can talk X's and O's. We have a lot of guests we talk X's and O's, man. But, when you look at his career, things he's done, and now the podcast is so successful with his brother. And as we saw, first 20, 25 minutes, that's more entertaining than any X's and O's we can talk about.
Way more. Yeah. He was fine. He's funny, man. He is just a funny dude. And like I said to him, I've said this to you a million times. I wasn't just saying it to him. The fact that he's very much a man of the people. And while you do have to deal with some not so pleasant stuff, it's mostly good. And I give him credit for being that kind of person, because it can be challenging sometimes. But the event that he's got coming up this, next week is a perfect example of him just being out there, man, and with the people. So it's very cool. Very cool. All right. So here's what we'll do.
What's coming up next? Here we come. Here it comes.
Crawl Space Tour is coming up next. I don't know what it's going to be. I'm going to go in there. It's going to be weird. It's not going to be pretty. I can tell you that, but we'll do it. We keep it real here, so we do it. But yeah, I want to thank Jason Kelce for his time as well. Good job out of you, Gunner, getting him. All right, let's get a timeout. We'll come back with the tour. All right, you ready? All right, here we go.
Let's do it.
All right, let's tell the people about Razor Technology. Yes, Razor Technology, a comprehensive managed service provider solution, delivers constant monitoring, on-demand assistance, and rapid issue resolution. Through data vetted and insight-driven implementation, they strengthen your existing IT resources with both human power and expertise that reduces security risks and downtime while enhancing organizational efficiency and productivity. They are a strategic resource for adaptive and fast-growing companies that need help selecting, implementing, and managing their IT services. Razor Technology's goal is always bigger than one project, one problem, or one upgrade. It's improving the overall functioning of their partners and helping them achieve their business objectives through an ongoing synergistic relationship. Give your IT team the freedom to refocus by augmenting their reach with Razor Technology. Contact Razor Technology today to learn how their managed services can protect and enhance your business by calling 888-797-3282, 888-797-3282, or visit them online at razor-tech.com. That's razor-tech.